as opposed to other groups, you kind of come in after the group is formed for a year, and it takes you forever to become a member because you've missed all of the history. But in this case, the history is all there on the surface, and you can be a latecomer and still get into it. That is a very different kind of kind of openness.
Yeah, and where does that come from? The platform. I mean, the platform allows it because it is all, like you say, the traces are sitting there.
And your remark that in the Apache license, they don't even allow anybody to have talk that's not across the platform. If you're co-located, you can't belong. Ensuring that every little detail of the communication is there explicitly.
Yeah. So it must be important. Why would they be so absent?
Kaushik, pass the baton to you.
I'll come back to the platform. Because if you think the I'm still not sure what to define by the platform. If you still think the platform as a source repository, then every project in the source code has to be successful. Because they're using the platform source code.
But again, it's only
It's necessary, not sufficient.
It's not sufficient. So it doesn't guarantee.
So
If you don't have the platform, you can't pull this off. If you do have it, you have a chance. But
all your data is based on the projects on the projects that is based on the source code.
correct.
So in that case, if you can encounter it to conclude something on the platform, I think you have certain point in the figure that you went. Go back to the figure where you showed me that connectivity, the closer. I think it's in additional slides. Slide 70. My explanation to your result will be not on the platform, but on the modularity of the software design. Because if the software is modular, then that kind of communication can never happen in any organization, whether it's happening in large organization, whether it's happening in open source software, it doesn't matter. If a software is properly designed, if a properly software modularly designed, then that kind of communication is really bad.
Okay.
That's sort of the same thing I was trying to say.
Yeah, modularity is
Yeah.
Explain why you say that.
Modularity basically means that when I am developing a software, I am as a team. This is a team I'm developing with, and my software will communicate with another module that is being developed by another team in San Francisco. So I will communicate. I will communicate to San Francisco. That's it. I don't care what are the other module that is interacting with the system.
Okay.
So it's very focused development effort. And that's the way the whole software design is managed.
So once you've got the interfaces fairly well settled and how things are going to talk to each other, unless you change that, what happens within a module, you can change to your heart's content, but it doesn't cause a lot of talking.
There's a closely related concept called encapsulation, which means essentially minimizing the communication. And all you need to know is what they say on the interface.
Right.
Behind that interface is nobody's business. As long as you
But is it
deliver
not true that there could be a huge amount of stickiness between those two? At the interface, at the point of interface, is it not true that there could be huge stickiness there?
What do you mean stickiness?
It's a contract. Interface is like a contract. Before the development starts, I make a contract that, okay, this is the input I will give you, and for this is the output you will give me. This is the format of the input and output between my modules, between the communication of my module and your module. And till the end of the product delivery, you and I need to stick with that contract. So that's the modularity.
that interface is actually a logical specification. It's crystal.
Within, I can understand, but the handoff from you here to the person in San Fran, for example, the handoff, that interface, can that not be highly infused with multiple costs? Lots of needs to clarify if the San Fran folks are not expecting to get from Miami here. You see what I'm saying? That it's the interface.
Oh, sorry, are you talking talking about what happens at runtime versus what happens at design time?
You're talking about two different
I
things.
think you are. Yeah.
These guys are talking about a software interface,
Just
which is,
Design.
it either works
Right.
or it doesn't work.
Right,
And these two
if
things
you
plug
and
or they don't plug.
If you and I look at the same design for interface,
okay.
you see I see the types of inputs I can give you, and then you know the type of input I'm supposed to get back. So based on that, here's your data that I'm giving you. You do whatever processing you need to do to get that result back in the form that I'm expecting. That's all it is. It's not a runtime thing.
And with that, I'll come back to the platform, because whether the software is designed modularly or not, whether the software is architected modularly or not, that is nowhere dependent on the platform it is. A software can use a nice platform like Rational, but it does have nothing to do with the design.
Yeah, and I'm using the term platform probably in a different way than you are. I think that's, and I mean,
Which I think
platform is I'm using it in kind of a more abstract way, where,
I'm hearing two. One is the software development platform, such as Rational Rose.
okay,
Yeah.
right, yeah,
And the other is the communication platform.
yeah.
And all the communications and the architecture